everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Happy hand-poured silver Sunday, everyone. I hope you're all having a fantastic weekend wherever you may be in this big, wide world. Now, today is a little bit of an update video on all things Backyard Bullion hand-poured silver that we've been working on over this last couple of weeks. In fact, this last week has been a very, very busy one as two projects have come to a head. The 2-ounce Blair Bullion bars and squares and the 250-gram silver foreign bars. So it's been a pretty hectic week. I am filming this ahead of time, so I'm kind of anticipating the busyness, because as soon as I've finished filming this video, we've now got to package up all of these 250-gram bars to go off with their customers, package these off and get them up to Blair Bullion, as well as countless other things. So it's never a dull day here in the Backyard Bullion household. But I wanted to talk as well today, whilst I'm showcasing all of these, about the quality of these bars and why they've taken quite a long time to make, because I know there's a lot of you out there who pre-ordered the 2-ounce Blair Bullion bars and squares, and they have taken a fair old time to be made and be ready to be sent out to Blair and then subsequently on to you guys who've pre-ordered it. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the quality and why there's been a little bit of a delay with these. So quality-wise, one of the huge things about our brand, the Backyard Bullion brand, is we want to try and have as good quality bars as possible. We are not about putting 2 ounces of silver in the crucible, chucking it out into a mould and then calling it quits. That's not really what we're about. We want to try and make every single bar as pretty and as beautiful as we possibly can. That is what we are all about. And we were experiencing some issues with the pouring of the 2-ounce bars. So I had a mould, it was this mould, this size mould, and it unfortunately started to wear out. So you can't see it on this, but we can just see a little bit there. So moulds wear out generally, and there's a tiny bit of starting to wear out here, and it was really bad on the previous mould. So I ordered a new one, and it came, and I was pouring, and it just didn't look right. I was like, this isn't correct. And I didn't have any reference bars left in stock to actually have a look at, and you can see there's a distinct difference in the dimensions of it. So I made a little bit of a mistake, and I only realised kind of halfway through production. And also these weren't coming out anywhere near as pretty as what we would normally like to see. So you can see here the cooling patterns are quite cool, but they're not that nice concentric, to single point kind of cooling pools, which I really like to make, and I think are pretty special. So I was a little bit flabbergasted about how and why that was happening, and then it kind of dawned on me that it wasn't really the right dimensions. They weren't thick enough. The thicker that a piece is, the better that the ripples are going to be on it as you create it. So I contacted Blair. Fortunately, they had one left that they had kept for themselves. They sent it up to me. I subsequently sent it on to my mould maker, and he machined a new mould with the exact dimensions of the old one, and we were able then to create these. But of course that created a bit of a delay. In addition to all of that, we do the pour by eye kind of method. So each of these bars are approximately 2 ounces. None of them are less than 2 ounces, but some of them are up to I think the largest one we put through is 2.15 or something like that, but the average is around 2.1. So we wanted to make sure that they looked really good, that weight-wise, it's part of the whole kind of premium and the whole cost of building these bars. You have so much silver that goes into them, into the whole project, and then you price it accordingly. So yeah, that's where we are with them. Of course, then the stamping is the next thing, and there was a whole bunch of stamps that didn't quite work or jumped, or it's a learning process. It's always a learning process. As good as you can ever be with these things, you're always going to make a few mistakes with them. But eventually we got all of the 2-ounce bars and squares done, and they have now, probably some of them might have even made their way to you guys in the United Kingdom who have already ordered them, because I'm filming this ahead of time. So there are still some available, by the way, if you are interested. I'll put a link down in the description to the squares listing and the bars listing. The plan for Blair is to obviously donate £5 from each of these bars to the Barn Owl charity. And across the year we are aiming to sell 200 bars and squares in total, and raise £1,000 for charity, which would be absolutely incredible. So I think at the moment we've sold, or they've sold, I should say, because I just pass them on and they take on all responsibility. Which, by the way, I want to say a huge thank you to Blair for all of the faith that you're putting in us and our brand to actually shift these. I think they've got something like 35, 40 of these left for the rest of the year, and then these, there's I think something like 70 left to potentially sell. So there's plenty of pieces theoretically available, and if you are interested in them, there's a link down in the description below, so go and check them out and support not only our business, Blair's business, but also a very, very good charity too. So that was the Blair Bullion bars. Very busy period of time for us, but also just as busy has been the production of the 250 gram silver forum bars. So these are some of my favourite pieces to make. They're also some of the most frustrating and challenging pieces to make, and we'll talk about that as we go through the video. But these are big old chunky monkey bars. We did these first last year in 2018, but we're doing them again here. We've got a all-in-one year date stamp for 2019. They've all been assayed and hallmarked by the Edinburgh Assay Office, and you can see that hallmark on each bar is a 2mm feature hallmark. If we can get it to focus. It's a really, really nice feature mark. You can see the Edinburgh Assay Office castle there, as well as the 999, and the U is the year date for 2019. Of course, the silver forum stamp, the 250 gram marks. Next year, I think we're going to have a 250 gram all-in-one mark. It's definitely going to help tidy up the bars an awful lot and make the sort of the lettering the same size as the 2019s. But you know, it's a growth kind of thing. Each and every one is serialized on the side, and we've got a maximum mintage of, you can see here, maximum mintage of 25. Now these are made to order specifically. Like with all of the other silver forum products that we create, we actually bankroll all of these ourselves. These aren't, I've just realized these aren't in order, which is going to really annoy me later. But we bankroll all of these projects ourselves. So for me to create all 25 of these 250 gram bars in one go, with no guarantee that they might sell, is always a bit difficult. So we basically make them to order. If you are interested in picking up one of these, then I think out of this batch of 17, there's one which is available for immediate dispatch, although that might have changed by the time this video goes out. Otherwise, please feel free to get in touch. Probably the best thing to do is via the Silver Forum, because there are significant discounts available for paid members. And if you are interested in getting one of these, it's almost definitely worth you joining the Silver Forum and basically upgrading your membership just to get the discount, because these are very big and heavy pieces and the discount adds up quite significantly. So if you are interested, I mean, they are listed on my website as well. You can just go over there and buy them, but I personally think the best thing to do is just go onto the Silver Forum and get in touch directly and let me know. So we do have, so these 16 I think are already sold. 17th one is ready to be dispatched. We've already had one person indicate that they were going to take the very last number in the series, whichever number that might be at the end of the year, or 25. And so that means theoretically there's only 8 left, if I can do maths. 7 left, depending on how it goes and how you know, if people want to buy them. So there's not that many left available. So if you are interested, let me know. You can also drop me an email directly. You don't have to go onto the Silver Forum if you don't want to. But you can drop me an email. All of the details are down in the description below. Huge thank you once again to all of you out there on the Silver Forum who have pre-ordered these bars. They are very fun and frustrating at the same time to make and pour. Getting 250 grams into the mould when pouring by eye is not easy, and the amount of bars that came out at like 248, 249, it was so frustrating. But eventually we got them. Again, they're 250 grams minimum. I think the most heavy, or the heaviest one here is 258 grams. So not a great deal more than 250, but at the same time, you know, enjoy some of that free silver that we give out to you guys. And of course, I should have probably mentioned this earlier, but a lot of the proceeds from the sales of these bars go straight to the Silver Forum to help basically manage it and keep running it. And you know, it's getting an ever larger site all the time, and the owner of the forum, you know, has more and more responsibility on his hands every single day. So the support that, you know, these bars give really does help keep the forum running the way that we have become accustomed to it running, and also hopefully keeping it as well, keeping it free for everybody who wants it to be free, but also keeping the memberships as low as possible for those who are paying memberships. So if you enjoyed today's video, please do put a thumbs up on it and share it around on your social media. That would be very helpful for everything that we do here on our channel. And if you want to support Blair Bullion and the Bar Now charity bars, links down in the description below. Otherwise, that is all I have to say. A massive thank you to all of you for watching. I hope you have a fantastic week ahead. And as always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.